this is Bruce with Hunsaker Home Hacks. Please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for future notifications, share me with a friend, and on social media. So today we are talking about Yeskamo. That's right, this is Yeskamo. This is a complete video surveillance system from Yeskamo. It's a smart wireless home security camera system. 4 cameras, 1 base monitor with a 1 terabyte drive in it. So what are we going to do? We're going to open this box, we're going to see what's inside, and we're going to check this puppy out. So don't touch that dial, stay right here as we check out the Yeskamo 4 camera NVR 1 terabyte system right here.
Okay people, now it's time for another edition of What's in the Box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Yeskamo. Smart video for smart life. We create a safe, convenient, and smart life for you. So this is the Yeskamo network video recorder, model number W05 US3004 1T. That stands for 1 terabyte. Let's open the box. Cue the music, Phil. We have an instruction manual. It's packed very nice. We have a box. Another finely packed item. And 4 individually packed items here. Let's start here. We have an Ethernet cable, a mouse, a power supply for the NVR, and 1, 2, 3, 4 camera power supplies. Right there. An antenna. And a camera itself. So Yeskamo. It's a stylish looking camera there. Look at that. Cast metal, a wire for power, an Ethernet if you so choose to run it that way. A few LEDs right there. Looks like we have an IR and a couple LED lights along with a sensor and a camera lens. Look at that camera. Bracket with the base. This is adjustable. 4 identical ones in here. The base itself. Additional stickers. Nice. Additional manual. And the Yeskamo base. This is a complete system, and in this system you have the base itself. You connect a monitor here. You have a HDMI port. You have 2 USB ports, a DC port, a power on and off. And then you have your WAN port, which is for your Ethernet cable. In the box, everything that you're going to need to set up your 4-point security system. It is Wi-Fi, so So what are we going to do? We're going to hook this puppy up. We're going to see how it works.
So we're going to try to get this all set up here. Right now we have still 3 cameras in the box. We have all our power supplies. This camera's right here. We have a very small Ethernet cable, which we'll not be using because we're going to use the one I have laying over there. And then we have the box itself. This is the DVR, and we have a monitor. Alright, so we have that connected to the monitor. We're going to connect this to the back of the box, like so. Alright, so hopefully the new microphone I'm testing right now is working. So there we go, we got that done. Now we need to get power to the monitor, so we're going to need a power supply. I have a few of these. Apply to the monitor. Alright, so there we go. We got power though in there. Now we need to hook up the Ethernet cable. So we will plug in our Ethernet cable right here. And then we need power to the box itself. So there we go. We got power going to the box. We got power going to the monitor. And we have it plugged into the router directly. So let's turn the box on. And we're going to get a beep. Let's see what it's saying on the front. Now we will turn the monitor on. Hey, we already have Yeskamo on the monitor. That's cool. So let's get this sucker to load up. We need the mouse hooked up. We didn't hook the mouse up. Alright, this is a USB mouse. So we're going to hook it up to a USB port. We got the basic setup hooked up here. As you can see, we are now to the admin screen, so now we have a mouse and we're going to say, okay, leave it blank. Now we're going to look at our time zone. Let's see what we got here. General setup is now, let's see what time it is here in Arizona. 11:55. The date format, we're going to go year, month, date, or what are the choices? We're going to go month, day, year. We're going to choose our language type. We'll keep keypad 1. And now we're going to go here and hit next. Alright. Wireless channels, other. So we have some adaptive channels. So region MKK. We'll leave that there. And this channel should conform to local laws and regulations. And we'll hit next. Alright. So we have our network, so now we're going to look for our Wi-Fi name, and we're going to look for Batcave, and then we'll put our password in. Alright, network configure, manual configure, cloud ID, diagnose, healthy. Alright, so we currently have it all set up, the NVR video recorder. Alright, so now we're looking for the application in the Google Play Store. The different applications that we have available to us are Yeskamo or Cam. We're going to look for Yeskamo. There it is, Yeskamo. We're going to install the Yeskamo app. So that will be for out-of-home connection. Allow. I'm going to register. Confirm. Hopefully we'll get a verification code out of this. Sounds like we just did. And our verification code just came through, and that is 275227. We're going to create a password until it's done and confirm. All right, now we are there. So now we need to add a device.
After the device powered on, scan the QR code on the device or on the monitor.
Scanning code is successful. Click Add. Select the device name. Okay, so now we have that. So we have this hooked up now to here. So anything that happens on the DVR will happen on the device. Now we need to add a camera. Alright, so as you can see, we got the first camera hooked up. Now we're going to go through and hook up the next camera. These should be auto-found by the application, by the thing. They're paired together. So these are already prepared in the system. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through here and make sure that they all start connecting properly. So I'm going to undo these wires and we're going to get that done. And we'll get this camera hooked up. We're going to hook that one up. Start popping up. There we go. We already have that one popped up. Now we're going to get the next camera and do the same thing. And now this will get the fourth camera in. And now we have the fourth camera. Alright, so now this camera should be coming online in a moment now. The cameras are all preset from the factory to connect. Now we're going to go back to the application. So the application gives us the out-of-home connection. So let's go into the application here. So back into the Yeskamo app again. I named it driveway just because I was going through everything, but let's see what we got here. We can go into the application. We're going to look at the camera view. We see the live view of each camera. So we see the live camera view. So let's go back out of here. Let's go in and see what we can do. More. So we want to edit. We want to edit the name to, we're going to call this Batcave Home. Complete it. And now my system is called Batcave Home. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at my Batcave Home. Let's go into me. And we're going to check out our settings. So settings, hard decoding, network reminders, mobile, data statistics, preview mode, real time, push notifications, upload cache files, clear cache files, screen recordings. We can see what things we recorded, share list. We don't have a share list created, help and feedback. This is for questions for Yeskamo. If you have questions, you can go in there to feedback problems. Let's go into user agreement. That's basically everything that they're going to tell you about your user agreement. I would definitely suggest reading your user agreement. Make sure there's nothing that you don't find suiting. Privacy settings. Location permission is on. Microphone permission is on. Notification permission is on. Camera position is on. Album permission is on. That's talking about the application itself. We are currently on version 3.3.21. That's cool. We are going to go in and look at our camera setup and we can see different things. Now what I was trying to do here is get this to load up this camera as a one. There we go. So that's how you go over and load up the camera to the one view. You hit the window button and you say I want to see 4 view. It gives you all 4 of your cameras. You click on the camera that you want. So if we were looking at this camera right here, let's give it a different view. We're going to look at it this way. And then we hit the one view. All you're going to get is this beautiful looking guy in a hat. Here we go. I'm not doing a very good job with that. There you go. That's what you're getting right there. And the other cameras are going to be doing whatever they do. So there's that. And to go back, you just go back over here and hit camera 4. Now you can add different additional cameras to the Yeskamo system. You don't have to just start with the base system of 4 cameras. You can add, I believe, at least up to 8 different cameras to this. And that's cool. So if you're looking for something that you can expand well, this is totally expandable. Okay, so we're going to look at the 3 cameras that I currently have installed. I didn't install the fourth one yet because I'm not done with the video, but I did get 3 of them installed in their respective places. So the first things we want to look at are some different things. So here on this camera, this is our entry view. This is our side view on the driveway. And then this one is our backyard, and this one's currently still in the office. That's going to be camera number 3, which would prospectively give us a view from the other side of the driveway. So as you can see, we're capturing some of the street view here, and then we're capturing the side yard here, the truck side, and then the car side in that perspective, and some of the sidewalk and my son's car right in that area. So we have potential for the street alerts from cars going down the street. So we're going to try to change that. So let's see. First thing we want to do is we want to pull up our system setup, I do believe. And we're going to log into our system setup. And then from here, we're going to go into channel setup, right here. And we're going to select our channel 2. And then we're going to select video detection area. Alright, so here we're going to go in here, we're going to select camera 2. And then we're going to hit area edit. And from area edit screen, you can see in the right hand corner here, it gives us some descriptions. Default all selected. Right click the menu to select all, clear all, and return. Left mouse to drag selected area. Left mouse to select one area. Alright, so we have anything that's in the highlighted area we are going to do, but if we went here, 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 and we remove these areas, then the trees shouldn't give us motion detection. The sidewalk across the street shouldn't give us any motion problems. And we can go around and select and remove some of the street. Now, because of the way I have the camera angled at this point, which seemed to give me the most bang for my buck, we're going to remove all these areas here. Now we want to capture the kid's car. That's his normal parking view. And we're going to remove all these areas that could cause us false alerts. And there we go. So for the most part, I think we got that covered. So anything in the blue area right now will select motion detection. Anything in the non-blue area will not select motion detection. So any car going down the street that doesn't break any of these blue areas will lighten the false signals that we're going to get with the system. So this is a great way for us to eliminate that. And then we're going to then return that we selected. Alright, so if we go in here, our area edit, you can see that it saved what we just did. So we edited out the areas we do believe that we could get false detections from. And now I may select a couple more here, but as of right now, If a car passed through one of these zones here, we probably would get an alert. But as of right now, that's what I want. So we're good. Alright, so that's how you select out areas for false detection. And there you go. From the factory, the camera is set up to record 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The camera is also set up to detect motion in that period of time and just record. It's a 1 terabyte drive on this particular machine. I highly don't need my backyard recorded 24 hours a day, so I would select that camera and edit that one a little bit different than I would edit my entry and my driveway. I would rather have the front of my house recorded 24 hours a day full video, but I think I only want my backyard recorded if I have motion. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back over here, right click, and we're going to go into System Setup. From there, we're going to choose the camera that we're looking at, and we're going to go to Record Setup. So I would go in here and say, let's think about this during the week. I don't want time recorded in my backyard except for after 10 o'clock or after it gets dark. We're going to say 1700 and below. We don't want it to record unless it's motion. Okay? So until 7 a.m., 6 a.m., that's fine. So we can take this block out for recorded time because we only want motion during that period of time. The normal house hours, sleeping hours, we want full video. So we can adjust this right here to record just that. We're only going to detect motion or record motion during the hours that we're not recording time. Oh, guess what? We selected the wrong camera, so we're going to go back over to camera 4. Oh, no, we're going to go back over to camera 1, copy to camera 4, and we're going to say OK. So now camera 4 has what we had before. There's camera 4. We know that we made a mistake to camera 1. So we're going to go back and fix our mistake, and we're going to hit select all. Because we want camera 1 to record all the time. And we're going to hit apply. We're going to go back to camera 4, check camera 4. Camera 4 is fine. Still retaining, and we're going to say OK. So mistakes are easy to fix. If you set up the wrong camera, you can just copy it over to the correct camera. And then you can go back and reset what you want. A lot more we can go over, but I thought those were kind of the key items that you would want to see in your setting up of your system. I knew it was going to be working fine. Capture the floodlight on the Yeskamo camera to show you how bright it actually is. Kind of see it's pretty dark in that area right there. and now we'll do some motion. And to get that light tripped. So there you go, it's been tripped. And you can hear that the alarm has been set off by motion detection. And it lights up the whole entryway with the Yeskamo camera floodlight system. But that lights up the entire entryway with that position. That's pretty freaking cool. Alright, so now you got to see the Yeskamo system in action. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot about this system. There's so much to cover that I may make a second video because of all the things that this system provides you. So this has a 1 terabyte drive in it. It comes with 4 cameras. These are the cameras right here. Every one of these cameras comes, when you buy the system, comes automatically connected to the system. So that's easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. You open it up, plug it in, test it out, and you have your cameras already installed into the system. Once you've connected to the internet, you're good to go on that accord. Alright, and usually when they send you a wire such as this with your systems, a lot of these systems, they are not as liberal as this mojo. You can go and see here, this is roughly about 6 feet. You have another, at least, it's caught on my microphone. You have at least another 4 to 5 feet, so we're looking at least 9 to 10 feet of wire management. So Yeskamo has considered your plight when you're trying to get power to a certain area. And that is a super, super important thing. You don't want to be running too many extension cords or things like that. A few is alright. The way mine goes in, most of the wires are tucked into the garage power supply because that is a safe and secure area for wires. And then they are run through up into the attic and out into the house. So that's awesome. The other thing is this seems, the distance, the range of this box here to the camera seems more than sufficient for where it is. This is in the front of my house and the back camera is in the far back of my house. The farthest distance away from this box, and it still picks up perfect every single time. I haven't put this one in because I wanted to talk about installation of this camera. It was my belief that nobody wanted to see a fat guy crawling around in an attic, and it's not very good video. But when you're installing this camera, you got to think about a couple different things in your installation. One, to get good human detection, you want a cross over to your area. That way if someone moves up here, it's cutting across the camera, not going directly in the camera. Even though I do have a camera set up high in my entryway that works perfectly fine with this type of direct connection because it's coming down on a very steep angle. It's up very high. But it does detect human detection very well. The driveway camera and where this one's going to go in the driveway, again, it's going to detect very well. We chose a broader spectrum for the backyard camera, as you can see right here. It's more of a broad spectrum. We can capture a lot of different things with that camera. That's mainly for the fence line, somebody jumping into the yard, which has happened before. So, you know, or we have coyotes here who love to jump into our yard too and try to take out small animals and things like that. They're very aggressive because of construction in the area. Being that my house is stucco, there was a few things I needed to consider when installing this. Installing it straight into stucco, then through the chicken wire and into the styrofoam is not the greatest installation process, but I chose an area where I could run the wire and then mount it to the plywood that is just under the stucco. But not every piece of the stucco has plywood, so you want to consider something. So if you have an older home you're doing with, you're going to have a lot more wood than some of the newer homes that are basically styrofoam cups with stucco. Very good camera, very good perspective on the camera. You just want to take into consideration when you're hooking the cameras up. Are you doing a crossover to the area that you want? How much are you going to capture? And then consider wire management. The drive itself, this is a 1 terabyte drive. The software is very user friendly. It's easy to figure out. The user manual they send is very detailed, a lot more detailed than a lot of cameras that are out there. On top of that, we're looking at the ability to add up to 4 more cameras. So you can make an 8 camera system with this Yeskamo. And since I don't have any additional cameras, I can't show you how to do that at this point in time, but I may consider adding a camera to this in the future, which I will create a video to do so. Again, management of space, time, and everything is super easy with this camera. So in the instance of this section here, as you can see, I have a large amount of street in this view here. But I don't want false positives. In other words, when a car goes down the street, I really didn't want that. So I did cover in how you can eliminate pieces of area in the camera so you don't get false positives. If you're looking for a full body system, not just something to take one zone, but you want to cover at least 4 different zones all the time, it's pretty flawless as it goes together. And the ability to expand the system up to 8 cameras is awesome. So, if you're interested in the Yeskamo 4-camera NVR system with a 1 terabyte hard drive, I put a link below where you can find it, along with all the specs and details. This is Bruce with Hunsaker Home Hacks. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And I will see you soon. See you soon. Let's. I lost my train of thought. Could be a nice, tasty morsel for a couple coyotes. See you soon. That's my Goonie yell.